Hello and welcome back to the course on MetaTrader 4. Today we're placing orders. So let's jump straight into it. We're going to place a couple of orders and I will give you yet another MetaTrader 4 tip on how to work with charts. Alright, so let's select a random chart and feel free to select any one that you like. And let's say I want to place an order for, which one do I want to place an order for? Let's say Euro Canadian dollar, that one. So one of my favorite currency pairs. And let's expand this chart. That's what's going on. This is a 15-minute time frame. It doesn't matter whether we make money or lose money right now. We are just practicing on placing orders. It completely doesn't matter. We're not even going to perform any sophisticated analysis. We can just see that, okay, trends going up, looks like trends going up here. We're not going to check the higher level trend, lower time frames. We're not going to do any of that. We'll just say, all right, how about we create a buy order? So the main way to create orders in MetaTrader 4 is by clicking this button up at the top, new order. So let's go ahead and click that. And here you have a couple of options. So first of all, you're supplied with the tick chart over here where you have the bid and the ask price. And that's great. So it kind of like for laser specific entries into the market that might be useful, but generally I don't normally use it. Once I've made a decision that it's a buy or a sell, I would go ahead and just do it. I wouldn't bother about this chart. But anyway, so here you've got the symbol. By default, it'll be the symbol of the chart that you're looking at. So when you have multiple charts like we saw just now, it'll be the chart that is selected. So be careful of that. Always check the symbol. Then you've got the volume. So we're not going to go into detail on how to select the volume or even more so how to find out whether it should be a buy or a sell and what strategies there are for the foreign exchange market. All of that I discuss in my separate course, which is called Forex Trading for Beginners. If you want to learn all these things, check out that course. It's got some free previews. It's got a good description, so you can find out whether that course is for you or not. And all of that we'll leave up to that course. In this course, we're just learning how to use MetaTrader 4. So let's say you already know what volume you want to trade, and let's say it's 0.1 lots. Then you type it in here. And you can also select from the drop down, but generally you can just type it in. Also make sure that your broker allows that level of lots. So some brokers, for instance, won't allow a 0.01. And most brokers, like 0.001, you can't trade that with most brokers. So as you can see, it's gone gray. So if you're not allowed to trade that lottage, then it won't let you. Also, this is up to you. You have to make sure that you have sufficient funds to trade the selected amount of lots, but that's once again a question of strategy, money management, and calculating risks. All of that is in a separate course. In this course, we're not going to be discussing that. So then you've got your stop loss and take profit. We won't talk about the stop loss, take profit for now. We will cover them off in a separate tutorial in this section. So let's leave them for now. Here you can type in a comment. So comments are useful, especially when you're trading the foreign exchange manually. Then you can maybe write what strategy you were using. Maybe you can write what mood you were in. I'm joking. No, of course not what mood you were in, but some comments around the trade, like why did you decide to make this trade, or is this your you might have some special codes for your trade. Might be day 1 trade 01 or something like that. Like this is your first day of trading in your practice session for 30-day run, and this is your first trade, and then you can keep track of them like that. In this case, we might say you might just say like some comment that will help you remember my first trade ! There we go. So something like that. Then market execution. So here there are two options: market execution and pending order. Pending orders are kind of like delayed orders, and if you click that, you have a different set of options, and we'll talk about pending orders further down in this section. So let's leave that for now. Let's just focus on market execution. Market execution basically means that the order will be created right away. There won't be any conditions that are required for the order to come to life. It means that as soon as you click this button, sell or buy, it'll be created. And all you have to do now is you select sell or buy. And of course, buy orders are conducted at the ask price. So at the higher price, which is this one, or which is this one, you will be paying, you'll be using this ask price to create the buy order. And buy orders are naturally closed at the bid price, which is the lower price. Once again, if you're not familiar with those terms and how and why that works, check out the other course. I discuss all of this in that other course. And the sell orders, they're opened at the bid price, and they're closed when you will be closing them. They're closed at the ask price. So there we go. What do we have here? We've got attention. The trade will be executed at market conditions. Difference from requested price may be significant. So be aware of that. Yes, MetaTrader 4 isn't a magical platform. It can only buy and sell at the prices that exist on the market. Normally, you would find that whatever price is here, you buy or you sell, your trade will be executed at approximately that price. So it might be a bit up or a bit down, because while the execution, as you can see, it's moving quite fast, right? So while the execution was happening, the market might have moved, and therefore your trade might be executed at a bit different price. But sometimes if the market is like fast-paced, moving very quickly because there's some news or some event has just happened, and you see that the market's moving very quickly, then your price can be very different to what you're selecting. So be careful of that, and MetaTrader 4 does warn you about this. So in this case, let's say we want to do create a buy order. There we go. You heard that sound, dish, familiar sound, and there. So your order has been executed successfully. It gives you the price at which it was executed. Of course, you can print, but we're not going to print anything, and you just click OK. And then you can see the order has appeared over here. There it is. So you've got the size, the 0.1 lots, the symbol, the price, the stop loss take profit. We haven't set them yet, so that's okay. And this is, by the way, this is the trade tab of your terminal window. What else do we see here? So we've got commission, swap. So commission, there will be a commission in, if you're using an ECN account, there'll be a commission in non-ECN accounts, or depends on your broker. So you got to clarify with the broker, depending on your type of account, there'll be a commission or not be a commission. Swap, that happens overnight. So if you leave your position overnight, sometimes it will incur a swap. Sometimes it'll actually make you money. It depends on the interest rates in the two different governments that the currencies belong to, or the different countries, and your current profit. So that is your real lifetime profit. So it is taking into account into your margin, into account in your equity. So your balance is how much money you have on your account. Your equity is your balance plus or minus whatever profit is here. And let's right click. If you right click and you go to comments, you will see your comment over here. So my first trade. And what else you can do? You can auto arrange. You can uncheck auto arrange, and then you can like fiddle with these and make them smaller or bigger as you wish, or you can leave auto arrange and it'll auto arrange for you. So there we go. That's us opening our first order. Let's open a couple more. Getting carried away with this one. All right, let's make that window smaller. Okay, so let's say I want to, so we've got euro, US dollar, Japanese yen. What else do we have? Let's say I want to trade a different currency. I promised you a tip, so here's the tip. So right now I don't have a currency called Canadian Swiss franc, right? Out of all of them, none of them are Canadian Swiss franc. Let's say I want to replace this chart with Canadian Swiss franc. Instead of American dollar Swiss franc, I want Canadian Swiss franc. All I have to do is take Canadian Swiss franc and drag it on here. And there we go. Now it's Canadian Swiss franc. Similar to what you can do with the time frames. You just switch around the time frames like that, and you change the time frames. Also, you can do that with currency pairs. So you just drag it from the symbol market watch in here. A lot of traders don't know about that. They will go ahead and open a new window and apply the template and so on. But you don't really have to do that. You just drag it on here. So in this case, we can go open up the chart, or we don't even have to open the chart. So we can open order. As you remember, we have to select the window, click new order, then it'll be the window that we selected. The other option, now that we have unchecked one-click trading, we can just click this button, same thing, same window will pop up because one-click trading is disabled, and this doesn't do anything anymore, just brings up that window. Or you can right-click your window and trading, and you can select a new order here. There you go. So there's so many ways to create a new order. All right, so Canadian Swiss franc. Let's say we want to place an order which is 0.2 lots, right? And let's say in this case we want to also buy. So no stop loss, take profit, and say my second order, second trade. We're not using capitals, right? So let's say second trade. market execution, a buy by market. And there we go, it's done. So you can see it adding up here. And let's do one more for completeness sake. Let's say we want to sell this one. Looks like it's experiencing a downfall. Once again, doesn't matter if we make a profit, make a loss, completely irrelevant. Right now we're just practicing. So right click, trading, new order. Let's say we want to sell 0.15 and my third order, and sell by market. There we go. So now we have all of our orders are here, and we've created 3 orders. As you can see, it's very simple. You just have to make sure that you're entering everything correctly and double check many times before you actually click the button, because once you've clicked it, the order is in the market. All right, so that's us for today. In the next tutorial, we will see how we can close these orders. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, happy trading.